So here the presentation is related to the processes of filing GSTR 11 and RFD 10. So any refund which are to be given to UN bodies or embassies is will be given to those who have UINs, unique identification number. Unique identification number is related to the identification of embassies, UN bodies, or any other notified person as notified in GST Act. The precondition is that the supplier who is supplying goods or services to those agencies have to mention the UINs on their invoices so that system can recognize those invoices that these supplies have been made to the actual user who is holding unique identification number. The second condition is that the UIN holders, the suppliers who is mentioning the UIN have to file these details in their GSTR1 statement. Such supplies are treated as business to business supplies. UIN holders have to file GSTR 11, which is a simple Excel sheet statement which contains the details of invoice number, date, GSTIN, invoice value, tax value, etc. One thing also they need to mention which is related to the place of supply. So UIN holder, first two digit of the UIN denotes to the state. Suppose if a UIN holder or embassy or consulate have received any supply from the state, from the different state, then they have to mention the place of supply. Actually, the system reads the first two digits of the GSTIN. If it is matching with the UIN, it will be treated as a supply within the state. If the first two digits are different, the supply will be treated as IGST supply. So for GSTR 11, no online facility is right now given. Users have to download GSTR 11 from the offline utility screen. After this presentation, we have a demo for the screens, different screens which are to be used by the applicants for applying for creation of GSTR 11 and applying for the refund application. So that screens will be shown to you in this webinar, and it will be helpful for you and you all of you, and so that you can connect with your creation of GSTR 11 and creation of RFD 10. So right now, once the GSTR 11 is filed on the portal, the RFD 10 can only be generated after that. It is not like that you go and directly apply for RFD 10. For creation of RFD 10, it is the precondition that you have to file GSTR 11 for that particular quarter first, and after that you can go for creation of RFD 10. So it is also relevant to mention that GSTR 11 is a quarterly statement, and the quarterly statement would starting from July to September, October to December, and subsequently. Why it is starting from July? It is starting from July only due to the reason that we have GST is being implemented on 1st of July. So invoices which are raised after 1st of July, claims can be made under GST for them. For the invoices which are pre-GST, relating to pre-GST era, for that you have to contact your concerned VAT department as per the earlier law, and the process will not be entertained here. So I am categorically again repeating this statement that you have to file your GSTR 11 only for those period relating to implementation of GST, that is the date of 1st of July 2017. And invoices which you have received after 1st July 2017, you can make GSTR 11 mentioning all these details in the statement, and you can generate RFD 10 on the quarter basis. In course of presentation, we have done seminars with all the embassies, and recently in the Pravasi Bharatiya Kendra, we have also attended a seminar. In that seminar, we have received some queries related to period of invoices. That I would like to mention that it is if in the GSTR 11 you have missed some invoice related to July or August or September, and you have already filed your GSTR 11 for that particular period and created RFD 10 for that particular quarter, you can for the next quarter you can claim for that particular invoice which are left out for the first in the first quarter. So it is, you should not worry, and you should claim all these invoices in the second or subsequent quarter, and you can generate RFD 10 for them. The condition is that, only one condition is that the invoices should be unique, because system will read your invoice number and date, and based on that claims will be settled by the CBEC authorities. Now here I would like to mention that we have three important notifications and circulars which are useful for you. So one circular number 3610/2018 dated 13th March, where the process for refund is being defined. So in the webinar, I would like to request the participants who belongs to different states, they must go through this circular. It is my humble request, because in this circular, nodal officer for each state is being notified by the Central Board of Indirect Tax and Customs, CBIC. So for this circular, it is available on the CBEC portal. You can go and download the circular, and the procedure which are related to the purchases and entitlement for the UINs is under the law, it is mentioned in the Rule 82 of the CGST rule. So here I would like to summarize what I have stated earlier, that GSTR 11 is nothing but it is a statement related to your inward supplies. Inward supplies meaning thereby inward supplies to the UINs, UIN holders, embassies, consulate. If they receive some supplies from outside, they have to mention all these details in the GSTR 11. GSTR 11, you have to enter all these details in the, it is a macro-based Excel sheet. You have to enter these details. And after creation of GSTR 11, you have to take a printout for them and JSON need to be created, and the steps are very simple. We are going to show you the screens that how it is filled, how the incorrect invoice required to be deleted, what is the procedure for correction of invoice, if any mistake you have done, how it will be corrected, if you have missed something, how it can be added in your GSTR 11. All these things we will show you how it can be done. And once you completed your GSTR 11, you have to generate your RFD 10, GST RFD 10, which is the application for refund. Again, I would like to reiterate here that RFD 10 is the summary generated based summary generated based on the taxable amount whatever computed by the system in the GSTR 11. So our GSTR 11 template validates the correctness of GST tax rate whatever you selected by the user. If a taxable value is being entered, the tax amount will be computed and calculated by the system equally, CGST, SGST. I have also explained this thing to you that in the UIN, first 2 digit belongs to the state. So if you are receiving any supply other than the state where this UIN belongs to, then it will be treated as interstate supply, interstate receipt of supply, and IGST will be charged on such supply. Will be so in the invoice. So you can claim IGST also. Here, another thing I would like to mention that in the macro-based template, there are the things there is lots of questions related to invoice value and the taxable value. Actually, invoice value is aggregate of your taxable value and the tax amount. Another question came to us in the seminar or workshop we organized that suppose in the single invoice there are 2 or 3 different tax rates are mentioned. So how to cater those issues? So in GSTR 11, if the invoice number contains the list of goods which are having multiple tax rate, then you at the time of entry you should enter invoice number, date, GST. These 3 things will remain common, and you have to enter different line item wise entry. So suppose if you have 5% of goods, 5% goods in the invoice, you have to mention in one line item 5% and other things. That all these things will be clear when we will show you the screens. And suppose in the second line item there is a goods which has 16% of tax rate. So for that you have to enter in the second line item containing the first 3 details common, GST, invoice number, and the invoice value. So all these things will be clear when we go through the screens, and I will show you how we are going to handle these cases. Another thing which I would like to point out that all UIN or embassies are they have to file their refund application to the central jurisdiction. So for Delhi, the central jurisdiction details are available. It is in the Bhikaji Cama Palace. Once you go through the notification, as I have mentioned earlier, you can find out the address there. So here is one important point I would like to mention, that it is actually a technical flaw or technical error that we have received lots of complaints for the first time login. Actually, credentials are shared through MEA, Ministry of External Affairs Protocol Division, to all UIN holders. Once it is shared, they visited the screen on the portal www.gst.gov.in and click on the first time login. So what it is important here, you have to enter your GST by making your caps lock on, because it is a system technical flaw, so that you need to take care of about it. You have to keep your caps lock on, then you enter your UIN, and once it is done, then you have to enter the credential which is shared through on your email or mobile. You have to enter your credentials there, because it is case sensitive. So you can make your caps lock off and do as it is mentioned, written. So after first time login, it will work one screen for the OTP will come, and you have to enter your OTP there and create your username and password as per your convenience. So after creation of username and password, you can enter and log in through the and you will find your dashboard. Once this dashboard will come, you can view the GSTR 11 offline utility. From there, you can download and do necessary action related to creation of GSTR 11. I would like to mention that you can also download the offline utility from pre-login. It is available in the bar. Once we show you the screens, it is written in the offline tool, and from there you can download. And once you download the GSTR 11, you have to take care in filling up the GSTR 11. It is very important because once GSTR you create GSTR 11, your RFD 10 creation will be done by the system. No effort is required to be made by you. So you have to be very careful in filling up the GSTR 11. You have to mention your UIN. You have to mention the financial year. You also have to mention the tax period details in the home tab. So there will be two tabs. First is 3A and the second tab is 3B. 3A tab related to whatever supply you have received, you have to enter all these details in those tabs. So in the creation of GSTR 11, you can enter the detail in the 3A and you have to validate that sheet. It is validate button is written there. And you also require to validate GSTR 3B sheet, 3B sheet, second sheet. So the second sheet, 3B sheet is also related to the credit notes and debit note details which are issued to you in due course. Suppose any supplier has issued you credit note or debit note, then this table is required to be filled in because it has also some validation check and it will correct system from the backend. So after filling up the details in 3A and validating the 3A sheet and validating the 3B sheet, you have to go and click on the get summary details. Once you click the get summary details, all the summary level details will be available on your screen, and you can verify that whether you have written correct, you have filled up sheets your GSTR 11 correctly or not. So you can do the necessary correction if system throws the error. While here one thing is also important to mention that once you click on the validate sheet, the system validates the sheet and wrong entry if you have made in the system. So what are the things to be validated? The things related to your related to GST. Suppose you have entered a GST which is incorrect, the system will throw you error. We have helped lots of embassies in filling up the GSTR 11 and creation of RFD 10 at our end. And we found that while filling up the Excel sheet, errors are committed. So what type of error? The error, normally we encountered that there is some difference of entry in O and 0. So in GSTIN, suppose O is mentioned, at the time of entry, we used to enter 0. So that for that type of attention, for that you need to be very attentive and you have to enter GST details very correctly. One thing I would like to mention that suppose if you are purchasing something from any supplier, and you want to verify the GST of that particular supplier, whether it is correct or not. So for that, there is a get taxpayer details in our portal. So if you visit on www.gst.gov.in, there is a bar item, a bar line, and where this information is available. Click on get taxpayer detail. Just enter GST of that particular supplier. You will get all these details. So, so just you have to validate the tab, and you will get whether the GST is correct or not. So other things related to your taxable value and your invoice value is associated with your invoice, and you have to be very careful in while filling these details, because invoice value must be sum of the taxable value plus the taxes. So and you have to claim according to your invoices, because whatever claim you are going to make is also being filled up by the supplier through his GSTR1. So system will check all these details. So after filling up the GSTR11, you have to generate generate JSON file to upload. Once you click, the system will show please wait for system is processing. So please do not wait. Your JSON file will be created immediately. You have to wait for 10 to 15 seconds. It will be created, and save that particular JSON file on your desktop. Log in through your user ID and password. Select the financial year and tax period. On the return dashboard, you have to prepare offline. Click on the prepare offline. Once you click on the prepare offline, you have to enter your financial year. You have to select financial year, tax period, and upload JSON file. So once you click on the upload JSON file, your submission tab will get activated, and you have to submit your JSON file through electronic verification code. It is nothing but you have to enter one-time password, which will be sent by the system, GST system, to your registered mobile number, and enter that registered mobile number, and it will be submitted. Here, if I'm again repeating another time, sorry, I'm once again repeating the same thing to that particular rate of tax will be entered in line item. So once we walk you through the screens, things will be more clearer to you. So after successful filing of GSTR11, your generate RFD button will get activated. So once it will get activated, you can click on that. Your RFD10 will be generated. Here, one thing is important. If you have submitted your GSTR11 for, suppose you have created your GSTR11 for ₹100, and you know that out of 100, I need only refund for 90 rupees or 80 rupees. For that downward correction you can make, but your correction cannot be more than 100 rupees. It is never be higher end, it is lower end. So lower end corrections are allowed in RFD10, and after generation of RFD10, you can submit that particular RFD10. You have to take print out of that RFD10, and you have to visit to your nodal officer as specified in notification number I have mentioned earlier, and you have to submit all these details to your nodal officer, and nodal officer will examine all these details, and refund will be given to you as specified. Some important precautions which need to be taken, that your internet connection we have in initial phases of filling up GSTR11 and 10, we encountered that lots of phone calls came to us that we are not able to approach the site gst.gov.in. So what we found that they are not using the Indian IP. So your internet connection must be with the Indian IP address. Minimum system requirements are being specified on the GST portal. So you have to be very careful about the Google Chrome or Explorer or whatever you are using software, system you are using. So system related requirement you have to be fulfilled. It has to be fulfilled. We have also received some complaints relating to the my Excel sheet is not supporting the system they are using. So advice is that please download the fresh Excel sheet GSTR11 from the offline utility and use that Excel sheet. So it will work. So another precaution is that once you open your GSTR11, the system will prompt to you on B8. So don't start entering from B8. Please start entering from B7. Actually, if you leave first row blank, your blank JSON will be created. So it is these are some technical glitches we find out, and it should be avoided. For that reason, we are organizing this webinar so that such errors can be avoided at your end, and you can create your GSTR11 and RFD10 without any hesitation or difficulty. So please avoid blank row. Control X is not allowed in the Excel sheet. However, copy and paste within the sheet are allowed. So be careful. And special characters related advice is that forward slash you need to avoid. So I am once again repeating that you need to validate your Excel sheet and avoid duplication of records. In case of multiple invoices, you have to make separate row entry for tax rate wise. If suppose you have purchased a goods having 5% of tax rate for two different line items, you have to sum up them and you have to enter. So tax rate wise entry should be unique. So before before creating the JSON, you have to generate summary. Please do not leave any row blank while creating the Excel sheet. So another precaution we have noted down as suggested by our technical team, that please avoid delete option for the first time upload. So whatever entry you have made in the first row, please don't use delete button for the first time. So missed invoice for the previous taxpayer can be shown in the next tax period. Future invoices in the current period are not allowed. Error and upload status means only those invoices which has not been uploaded, which were given in the error report. So once you validate the GSTR11, system will throw you error, or it will show you in red highlighted mark. Please correct it. As I mentioned earlier, we have found errors in entering the GSTs. So please be careful while entering the GSTs. Other details are very simple. It is just like entering details in the Excel sheet. You have to mention all these entries, and you are using this day-to-day in your day-to-day life. It is not a very complex thing. It is very simple. You have to only enter all these details in your Macrobase template. And once you use, for the first time, it is appearing little bit difficult, but once you use, you will be very happy and it will be very user-friendly. You will find it. So user manual and FAQs related, whatever I have given, I have delivered is also available on the YouTube. And for the detailed material with the screenshot related tutorial and user guide, it is available on the link. You can visit to our website www.gst.gov.in and you can go in the help section, and you will find all these details. For GSTR 11, you have to go to the return table, and for RFD 10, you have to visit. You have to go to refund related links. So both material, and there is enough materials available which can be used by you while filling up these details. So now I am inviting my colleague, and he is the technical person, and you know him very well, Mr. Gyanendra Prakash Dwivedi. He assisted many MBSs in filling up the GSTR 11 and creation of RFD 10. So he will walk you through all the screens and all the possible scenarios, as I have mentioned to you, that how to delete one invoice if you have made incorrect entry, how it will be corrected. So we have taken a screenshot for all of these scenarios, and these screenshots will be shown to you. Now I am handing this to Gyanendra. Gyanendra, you are welcome. You can take you forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Praveen sir, for such a detailed presentation to the related to the law and the processes for this GSTR 11 and the RFD 10. And hello, friends. So I'll take you through. Recently, we also have a seminar where we have already gone through all the screens for this GSTR 11 and RFD 10. Today, I'll take
Start video and increase the volume. Volume. Oh.
Say hello all. I'll be taking you through the screen flow. Before that, I'll just let you know that from where you can download the offline utility tool, on what are the basic precautionary that you have to take while doing your prep work of the JSON file creation that is to be uploaded onto the portal. So this is a GST portal where we have to click on the download option, and under the download option, there will be option of GSTR 11 offline utility tool that is to be
If you can control like this.
So that is to be that gets downloaded from this, from here. You can just get it downloaded from here only, and once you click on that, your offline utility tool will be get downloaded, and it will be get downloaded into the zip format. That is a compressed format of the utility tool. This is a calculation based sheet. At the background, there are some calculation has been given into the sheet based on the macro utility. So you have to uncompress that file first, so that all your whatever the calculation going on based on your invoices, that has to be properly working while you are validating the sheet after entering your all the invoices in a detail. Okay, so how to, this is not coming there. This link, can't we show this? Which one?
Click it.
But this screen is not coming here.
No, your screen is not shared.
Share screen. Why this is not coming? But this is not coming here.
Control. Go ahead and explain. But or take the questions, ask for any questions or anything.
But I need to guide through this one. It is not visible.
Look, audience are live. Take some questions and then try to wrap it. We'll have a detailed discussion later. No problem.
I'll take you through the screen flow. So that's what I told you, that first you have to extract that zip file, and then you have to open your Excel utility, and you have to extract it before you start working on those Excel utility. So I'll take you. This is also not visible here. Where is that?
In the PPT.
This is open. This share. Okay.
Come in.
So I'll take you through the flow of the screen, as well as how to enter the data and get it validated. Okay, so where is the share option? Where is the share?
No, don't take the share option. You just go to the
No,
slide.
you just show me.
It is coming.
Let's go to the next slide.
Sir, I'll just.
No, it is coming.
It is coming.
Select the share. You just select share. Share. Click on share. and select the Excel option. Select this option, yeah. And just share. Just click on share. Yes. So this is the offline utility tool from where you have to, after the download, you have to start your work. So once it is getting downloaded and this Excel utility is available, you have to click on this enable edit option. This is to be enable your all the content that is to be compressed because of the file was zipped. All this macro utility gets enabled. You just click on this enable this all the macros to be get enabled, and then now start working onto this 3 tabs. One is a home tab, another one is a 3A tab, and the third one is a 3B tab. That is what Praveen sir has explained. That is for the credit and debit notes, and 3A for all your invoices. On the home tab, you have to enter your whatever the UIN number. Let's say I'll be entering some sample UIN number. Then you have to select your financial year for which you are supposed to be filling your data, and select the tax period, whatever the by default whatever the tax period you want to create your data for that one. There are three different buttons were available over here on the screen. I'll explain you in a detail what this particular button to be used for. This first button, this is on which the pointer is right now. This is to be used for the generating the JSON file, which is to be uploaded after to the data of creations. This particular button and this open download error JSON file particular button has a different meaning. I'll tell you later on how to use it. Now come to this 3A tab for entering. Many feedback that we have received once we first time open our Excel utility tool. By default, the option number by default the value to be entered is to be written only onto this row number 8. It's a by default selected. So you have to make sure you have to start your entry from the row number 7 rather than the row number 8. Okay. So you have to put GSTIN of the supplier here. So put the supplier GSTIN, put the invoice date as invoice number, put the invoice date. Invoice date has to be in the form of DD, MM, and YY. Otherwise, it will throw you an error. Put the invoice value that what the Praveen sir has already explained, that this is the total value, including the taxable value as well of that particular invoice. Let's say some particular invoice which have a 20,000 or whatever the value. This is now the place of supply. Many queries has been received that, sir, we have got some bills on which somewhere IGST has been applied, somewhere it has been CGST and SGST applied. How we will know that where the CGST is to be calculated and where the IGST need to be calculated? You need not to worry upon that one. Whatever the GST that is start with, that shows the state code of that particular any of the bill. This is to be mentioned on your bill. Let's say in this case, I am taking example of 07. 07 stands for, from here you can also see that it is a Delhi. If any supply within the same state, let's say for Delhi, and you have a line of item in that of a 5%, and let's say a taxable value you just need to enter, let's say 3,000 rupees, just enter. You can see automatically CGST and SGST get calculated. So you need not to worry about how the CGST and SGST to be entered. You need not to touch that particular integrated tax, CGST, state tax, these 3 columns. This will be auto calculated, and these are well tested and well verified in our system. So if there are any concerns about the calculation, you can contact to the policy wing people, which has already been communicated to you. In case of any wrong calculation to be printed onto the bill, and if there are any other calculation that is showing to be the on our screen on our utility tool. Our utility tool is the base for you to validating whether the as per the rate, as per the taxable value, and as per the invoice value, what and based on the tax rate, what will be the CGST, SGST, or IGST component will be. Now I'll show you another example in this one. Let's say many query has been received regarding I have one invoice number in which I have a 5% of line item, another item which has contained a 12%, another item has a 18%. How I will do an entry for that one? Because we have a line item of 3 different one with a 3 different rate, that is a 5%, 12%, and 18%. So you have to do a 3 separate entry for that one. You can do a copy paste as well. I'm just doing in front of you. The copy paste is allowed within the sheet. The invoice number has to be same. For that example, I just have taken. The invoice date has to be same. The invoice value has to be the same. The place of supply has to be same. If you select the same place of supply with a same invoice number and the same GST, and you change the this particular place of supply, it will throw you an error, because one invoice cannot be shown as with all the details same at one place and at the another place as well. So here it's let's say you have a 12%, you can select that 12%. If you have 18%, you can take that 18%. Let's say 2000 value of that 12% rate, and 3000 again a value for 18%. So you can see that the 18 and 20% based on 18 and 12%, the calculation has been done. I'm taking another example of IGST for the same, for the another invoice. I'll be putting this same date. Let's say some invoice value is something different. Now I'll be place of supply might be Haryana. Whatever the tax rate will be, just put that value and just you can see that the IGST get calculated. After this all calculation you're done, you are ready with your data. So that's what I told you. If you have a one particular invoice with a 3 different line item, you can put that all those 3 different separate row. If you have a 4 line item, one of 5%, 2 of 12%, one of 18%, one entry for 5%, you have to club one entry for 12%. You have to club the calculated taxable value for that one, and one entry for 18%. And that is another one. If the place of supply is different from what the GST has to be mentioned based on the state code, as it will be auto calculated into our system. Just you need to mention first 5 to 6 columns: GST in supply, invoice number, invoice date, invoice value, place of supply, rate, and taxable value. That's it. Rest all will be auto calculated. Now come to that. After that, you have to select option add here. That's what Praveen sir was explained. Don't select delete, because first time till now you have not uploaded any data. So this delete is not delete for deleting any value from this particular sheet. This particular delete is to be used for if you have uploaded anything into our system and you want to delete that particular online whatever has been saved into our GST portal. So this delete is for that purpose. This delete is not for purpose to be manually delete into the sheet. If you want to delete anything, you can just select that particular cell or highlight that cell and you can delete it like that one. So use a manual delete button of your screen to delete that one. So this is done from our side. Now we have to select action for that one, this particular sheet. So let's say I'll be selecting add, and add. Now click on this validate sheet. You have to validate the sheet for even a single change if you are doing. So it will be showing there are some error found in my row. So I have to correct those errors. So the dates are wrong. That's why this is that I have deliberately I have mentioned the wrong dates so that I can show you how our sheet is getting calculated. How do you know that actually this sheet has a problem? So wherever the problem in our sheet, wherever there is a validation to be placed out, it will be get highlighted in a red background color. Once it will be all background in a white color, you are good to go for validating the completion of the sheet. Now I'll be doing 2017. And I'll be just using the same date here and see this. The error has been went away. So we are okay to go with the 3A now completed. Now credit debit note, if you don't have any entry, no need to worry for that. Just click on validate sheet. Your sheet get validated. Click on this go home tab. We have given a very user friendly button so that you can navigate easily onto this in this particular sheet. You just need to click on go home to directly come onto the go home. Now stop yourself for doing any activity before creating the JSON file, because every particular UIN body or an embassy is to have to first get his summary to be updated based on the whatever entry we have done into the 3A or into the 3B. What is your summary for refund that you are applicable for? So just go to the row number somewhere 17 to 19. There is a button called Get Summary. It will show you that the sheet is not validated again. So you have to go back. So if any of the sheet not get validated, this has to be validated again, because I have copy pasted the date and corrected the date. I have not validated the 3A. That's why it was asking me to do that again, the validation. Now this is actually the UI number, whatever has been showing, that is wrong. That's why it is getting highlighted. So I'll be just correcting that UI number. This is just for an example. Going down, click on Get Summary. Now it is getting, it will show you the exact message, the no debit note, because there is no entry into the 3B. No entry into the 3B for the credit note as well. Summary now successfully generated. Now you can see that based on the calculation into the 3A, 3B and the 3B for 2 debit and credit note, the entry got generated. Whatever the total number of suppliers to be treated as 1, because the GSTIN is been used in this particular Excel sheet. That is all a single one. That's why the number of supplier is 1. The number of invoices is 2. That's why I told you that we have a 3 entry, but that is what the auto calculation done onto the backend. That these are 3 different line items with a single invoice that is to be treated as a 1 invoice. Another one is this INV002, which is you can see on my screen, and you can see that that's why the number of invoices is 2. And these are the total invoice value, total taxable value, how much you are integrated tax, how much is your total central tax and whatever. And also just for your help, let's say you are facing some problem in how much a state-wise invoice we are getting a refund for different invoices that we have shown into our 3A or 3B tabs. So this is a breakup based on your state-wise, and so that this is for the usability purpose and for your reference purpose, so that whenever we are uploading this particular sheet onto the portal, we can map that particular get summary with actual summary onto the screen. So once you are done with this one, you just go and create on this JSON file. There will pop up coming, that processing. Immediately you click on OK. Just wait for a few seconds and then click on OK. And you can save this file wherever you want. Once you save this file, this is your part A, 33% of out of the 100% work done. 1/3 part is done now. You have created your JSON file. After that, I'll show you through the screen how you go and upload any of the JSON file that you have created. Please avoid to change this last extension of this file, JSON JSON. Do not do any changes into the .json extension. You can change the file name as per whatever you want. So this is done from the JSON file creation into the offline mode. Now I'll show you through the screens from where you have to go and from where you have to actually select and upload this file. So I'll be taking you through a different presentation for that one. Share screen. Just a second. I don't want to show. Yeah. Can you share option? And this one. Share. Yeah. So this is the, let's say you already have received your username and password. That what Praveen sir already told, that a few of the advisory related to the caps lock on those things. Let's say you have gone through all those correction process and you have created your username and password. So you have to come onto the screen. You have to click on the login icon, which is to be shown onto the right now onto the screen, and this particular screen will get appeared where you can enter your login and password, whatever you have created. Just once you logged into the system, you have to be landed on this dashboard. That is a 3-option return dashboard, file form RFT10, and you notice you have to click on return dashboard. So this particular screen will get appeared. You have to select the particular file return this financial year and to the return tax file period for just you have created that Excel and JSON file some time back. Now here you can see that you click on search button. There is a prepare offline has been highlighted into this screen. You have to click on that prepare offline. You will be landed on this page. There is a upload and download, two separate tabs will be displayed there. There is a choose file option. Just click on choose file option. Select whatever the desired file you have just saved some time back. You just click on open. ASAP, your file gets processed, means your work is done. Now you're done with the 66% part of this particular application. If status shown to be as in a processed, you are good to go for filing of this GSTR 11. If you have any error into the file, I'll show you in a different screenshots how to see that error file and how to do correction, and then later on part of that one. So again, you come back onto the return dashboard. Now onto this particular dashboard, I'll be quickly taking you to the upload part. Our files get uploaded. Once it will be get uploaded, you will get always a green color onto the top one. Now onto this screen, when you selected the return dashboard, you select the financial year, you select the return filing period and click on search. This particular window will get appeared, the particular tile and frame. You have to click on the initiate filing option. Once you click on the initiate filing option, you will get this particular window where these options are available along with your all the details, your UIN number and the name of the UIN and everything, along with some declaration part. And there is two buttons, file return and generate RFT10. These two are disabled and there is a preview icon. So make sure before moving ahead for filing of this GSTR 11, first you generate the preview. Preview is nothing else. It's again a summary of whatever the data that you have been uploaded to your JSON file, so that you can easily match whatever get summary that you have created in your Excel file and whatever the summary that is generated after the upload of that file. That is to be matching of both the things will be get available for you, and you can match that for your purpose that everything has been correctly uploaded onto the portal. So this is something a view of once you click on the preview, it will give you a PDF format to be a readable format. On the background, you can see it's a draft one. So once we'll be filing it, it will become a final one. So this is a draft one from where you can again see the number of invoices and the number of supplier, how many, what is the taxable value, what is the invoice value, how much the CGST or how much the SGST you are going to be claimed for the refund for further using this particular data. That is to be displayed, and then you can select match the summary details with this particular PDF format. Now I'll take you to how the filing of the, explain you how to filing of the GSTR 11. So coming back to on this screen, once you get your preview done, you select the I acknowledge button checkbox. ASAP you select the I acknowledge check button. It will be a file return option get enabled. You click on that file return and then you will get an EVC, that is electronic verification code, on your mobile and the mobile number and the email ID that you have provided during the registration part. And then you can enter that particular whatever received, that is to be a same EVC to be received on your screen. Just submit it and it will be get filed. So that is the filing part is done of the GSTR 11. Once GSTR 11 gets filed, this particular window automatically that have a generate RFD10 get inactive. Get active. So means now you have done with your filing of GSTR 11. So you now have to be ready and you are good to go for the generating the RFD10, that is for the refund purpose. So you can see onto the screen the generate RFD10 gets active after the filing of this GSTR 11. You just need to click on that. You have to select the financial year and other things, and then you'll be landed on this particular screen where you can enter the how much amount you want to be get refunded based on your calculation. You cannot claim the amount more than that what you have shown into your GSTR 11 part. You can reduce the amount as per your choice. This is an editable field. You can put your value. Then you can select the account number. If this is the same account number which you have shared during your registration process, you go ahead and save this. If you are not sure, you can again contact to the MEA protocol division for updating of the any existing account number which is showing wrongly onto the screen, or addition of any account number which is to be added for refund purpose. Maximum you can give the 10 account number. So you can select that particular account number. Okay, so click on save. Once you click on save, there is a 2 buttons, preview and proceed. It will be get activated. Preview for again is this draft application can be preview before for the final filing. Then you click on the proceed. This is a draft preview of that one. What is the GST of the for the RFD10? Now, this is to after clicking on the proceed. This is the final declaration part of the GSTR RFD10. This is for the RFD10, and then you select the declaration, check the declaration, and then there's a 2 options: submit with DSC and submit with EVC. You can select the submit with the EVC option. DSC is if you have a PAN-based DSC, your authorized signatory is from India, and he has carrying a DSC PAN-based, then you can also select and submit this form. But preferably it will be a submit with EVC. Again, you will receive a different OTP what you have received recently for the GSTR 11. Again, it will be a same OTP to be sent onto your mobile and to your email. So your access for both of them has to be make sure that when you are preparing final for your refund, you are having access of either the mobile number or to the that email box. Click on that, and once you can submit it, your RFD10 part is getting submitted and it is getting filed. So I'll quickly go through again, take you through some how to. Let's say you have uploaded your GSTR 11 file and you have got some error into that. So how to see those errors, and then how, let's say you have uploaded your file and you want to delete that particular any invoice or a whole data, that I can show you in a different screens. Share. New screen.
It's not able to do it.
I cannot go.
Yeah, you're not able to do it. You have it in your desktop.
To open that another.
No, it's not able to do it. Take questions. Any questions?
But we have to show that. No, that is. Cannot do that.
We are not able to. What is there in these things?
No, there is a Word document open onto the screen. So that will come over here somewhere.
No, it will come.
This one. This one. Last one. Yeah. So share. Yeah. That's it. Okay. It is on the screen. So this is the flow for viewing the error report, and so let's say you have click onto the return dashboard. You have any file which is uploaded and that have a error in your file. So how you can see the error in your file? Click on the return dashboard. Go to the prepare offline. Once you have found any error, so you have to click on this particular link, generate error report. Once the error reports get generated, after 20 minutes, it will be a download error report option. Just click on this. You will again get a zip file on your screen. Just save it and extract it. You can see that from the screen. I'm extracting over here. Open the Excel utility tool. Put your UIN number, put your financial year, put your tax period. Now you select this open download error JSON file. Select this option. Select that file you just downloaded as an error report. Click on OK. And this error report will be imported successfully, and it will show you the error of that sheet in a readable format. You can go on little bit right and you can see that what is the problem. Now in the same sheet, you can do a correction for these two particular, whatever the problem we are getting. One more thing.
Jan, I would like to intervene you. I would like to ask you one question that suppose I have uploaded GSTR 11 and in that GSTR 11, I have received error reports for 3 of invoices.
Correct.
So whether my RFD10 will incorporate barring those 3 invoices, all the summation of the value which are correct, or I have to generate another RFD10.
So there are 2 ways. Let's say you have uploaded the file and you have an error report generated, and for 3 invoices, if you have filed your GSTR 11, so the RFD10 will not be calculated based on those 3 invoices. Let's say out of 100 invoices, 97 gets uploaded, 3 were getting error. So your whatever the refund calculation will be done for the RFD10, the input for that is 97 invoices.
97, okay.
No need to worry if you have done you have not gone through whether the error report generated and you have missed out that part. Again, those 3 invoices can be shown into the next period. There will be no check on that one. If you have missed any invoices for the previous period, you can show that into the next period.
So let me correct. If you would like to tell me that if I have generated RFD10 for 97 invoices, then I can go for 3 invoices for the next quarter, GSTR 11 and RFD10. Suppose I would like to correct my RFD10 right now, whether it is possible or not.
No, sir, because the calculation has been done based on the whatever the invoices has been uploaded. So,
but before generation of RFD10, whether I can do this activity for GSTR 11?
No. Once your status becomes filed for that particular period, any change is blocked for you now.
Before, meaning thereby before filing. So it is very important to for the listeners who have joined this webinar session, that before filing of GSTR 11, you have to correct your GSTR 11 sheet. Otherwise, you have to go with the amount or bill number which are found correct, lesser value of the bills which are found correct.
Correct.
So suppose I have entered 100 invoices and out of 197 we are correct, then I have to create RFD 10 for only 97 invoices.
Good.
But before filing, before filing the GSTR 11, I have identified that these 3 invoices in the error report, I can again correct these 3 invoices in my GSTR 11 table and resubmit it after correcting the same. Then I will able to get all the refund RFD generated for all the 100 invoices. It is very, very important. So please note it down.
Correct.
So please,
And,
you
and
can
just
go
to
ahead.
add on this one, Praveen sir, thank you for the good support here. Let's say you have generated, uploaded a file and you got a generate error report gets generated. So it doesn't, only those invoices which are part of those generated error report, only those will not get uploaded. Rest all of them, if you have, let's say, that's why I'm taking an example of 1,000 invoices. If you have 1,000 invoices, you uploaded it, you got an error for 15 invoices, your 985 has already been successfully uploaded. So only you need to do a correction of 15, and you can do a correction of the 15 even into the downloaded error report, and you can upload again, validate that sheet, generate that file. Only these 15 you can change it from here, create a JSON file. This will be an incremental data. It will be get added, and 1,000 you can complete it. Now, quickly again, from the whatever we have demand from many of the embassies, sir, how to delete those invoices which has been uploaded. So let me show you. It is the screen just I have created for you. Just you need very, very simple steps for this one. Once you are logged in, click on the return dashboard, come on to this return dashboard, click on this prepare offline. I'll be just showing you I'll be first showing you in preview. There are some invoices there already. So I'll be clicking on preview. You can see on the, we have some 72 number, 200 invoices already into the system. I'll be again coming on to this and now clicking on prepare offline. So there is a, I'm showing that there is all the files, whatever has been uploaded, or list of files available there. On top, there are 2 buttons, upload and download. So you have to click on the download option. There is a generate file option. You have to click on the generate file option. Once you click on the generate, there will be a message coming. You have to wait for 20 minutes. This is also visible onto the screen. Just wait for 20 to 25 minutes. Get out of the system. After 25 or 20 minutes, exactly after the 20 minutes, you will get a link to download your whatever invoices that is successfully uploaded into your system. So see this, there is a link available there. You just click on that. Again, you will get the same kind of zip folder, compressed one. You go download that particular zip folder, extract that. Now open your Excel sheet. Select, put your UIN number, put the financial year, put the tax period, and now click on this open downloaded GSTR 11. This one option. So I have covered all those 3. See this generate JSON I have already shown you. Open downloaded error report I just shown you, and open downloaded this final one. Yes.
So print out for
just
the
select
same.
this one. This will be imported successfully. Now see this imported successfully what you are uploaded. Now I am coming to this last action column number M. Select all the delete. Validate the sheet. Validate the 3B. Get summary, because there is no debit, no credit, all is delete action. So there will be no value into the summary. Just done. Go and create the JSON file. Create your JSON file, save it. Go to again, log into system, go to the return dashboard. Again, click on initiate prepare offline. Select the recently created file of this delete action. Choose that file. Processed. Status becomes processed, the latest one, in progress, then the processed. And now you're good to go with the delete. How I can show you? Later, I'm coming onto the same screen where I have shown you 72 suppliers and 200 invoices. Come again to your those screen, click on preview, and now you can see that on the pop-up, there is no invoices. Preview is not available for no records. So
sorry for interruption, Gyanendra. I would like to, you have to mention that you have found these 72 incorrect invoices in your GSTR 11 and you want to delete all these.
Correct.
Invoices.
So this is only sometimes we have got
so it. Please, I would like to say for the listener that this flow is not necessary for you if it is only essential for you if you want to delete some invoices.
Correct.
So please don't be confused with this flow. No invoices are appearing. It is only shown to you only for the purpose that you can able to delete those invoices which are not required by you for the refund purposes.
Correct.
In case it is not required, you can avoid this flow.
Yeah, this is not advisable.
It is also not.
If you're good to go, you can go and file that.
You can go and you can file that.
Also, based on this is what our all presentation is all about. Also, we have created our don't and do's and some don'ts. We'll just gone through quickly on those do's and don'ts to you. And already we have circulated many times to with all your participants.
So, I would like to thank all the participants who have joined this seminar. I would like to appreciate and I would like to thank for their patience and for their. In case you have any doubts, any queries, you are free to contact us on our help desk, and we will happy to revert you back. So there is some do's and don'ts. We are putting all these things on our, also putting this all these things on our web portal. It is available, and we have circulated this on our seminar in the Pravasi Bharatiya Kendra, recently done on 15th of May. So I am repeating all these things. I have already explained to you that it is related to first login, password is case sensitive, download GSTR 11 only from the offline utility. After downloading GSTR 11, please extract it from the zip folder, click on the enable editing button and enable content. And once you do this, your XLS file will get opened. Please start making entry from row number 7, avoid row number 8. Please validate your sheet even for the single change or edit. Copy and paste to the another sheet is not allowed. Copy and paste for the same sheet is allowed. Control X is not allowed. Do not change the extension of the JSON file, as Gyan has already explained to you. ZIP and XLS, Notepad, Adobe has to be available on the system as per the GST's portal system requirement. If you have 2 line items with the same tax set in an invoice, club them for 1 row. Get summary has to be validated with the preview option. No editing allowed after filing of GSTR 11, as Gyan has stated you. Delete option in G3A has to be avoided for the first time or particularly for the first row. Missed invoice of the previous tax period can be shown in the next tax period. So don't worry if you have missed out some invoices while filing your GSTR 11 or creating RFD10. Please mention them for the next quarter and enter them and get your refund. Future invoices are not allowed. It is not allowed. I am again categorically saying that it is not accepted by the system. Only past invoices will be accepted by the system. Please enter those invoices which are generated or given to you only for after the 1st of July 2017. Pre-July era invoices, you have to visit your VAT office for refund purposes. Error in upload, if it is coming, validate, please adopt the process, whatever explained to you by the Gyanendra. Please do not use invoices. Please do not use those invoices for delete which are already deleted by yourself. Please do not repeat the delete action twice. Please keep email and mobile access for OTP while filing the GSTR 11 and 10. Now, in the last, I would like to request that we have received so many requests from the embassies and consulates, on the honorable embassies and consulates, that they would like to change their email and mobile. For these reasons, I am again categorically stating and requesting you to please access to the Ministry of External Affairs Protocol Officer, and we are going to entertain only those requests which we have been receiving from the Ministry of External Affairs from the Protocol Office. So again, I would like to thank you for your patience and listening to us. And in case of any difficulty, you can reach out to the help desk and write your mail. You can also give your feedback on the link given. And thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gyan.
Thank you.